Week after week, this pick me finds a way to hate women.
No.
Quite frankly, it disgusts me.
I say
but
no.
in this situation, I agree with you. You want to introduce us?
No.
One day, you probably should.
It's okay.
Hello, classmates. I'm Robert Sawyer.
And I'm Mrs. Sawyer.
And together we are the only black kids in the class. Tell us about this podcast in your own words.
It's just a bunch of good stuff.
Bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
It's great marketing.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's great marketing. If you were to sell it to someone, if you were pitching this podcast to someone, you'd say it's just a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah. I think that would be a good marketing campaign.
I don't.
A bunch of good stuff.
I think that's a terrible marketing campaign.
I think it'd be good.
Hey, you want to listen to an hour of a bunch of good stuff?
Yeah.
No one.
We keep it simple. It's a bunch of good stuff.
Okay. Well, it's a bunch of stuff today for sure. It's definitely an impromptu episode. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
Usually I have a theme. Today, again, I said, F that theme. Although there is still kind of a theme.
Yeah?
I'll show it to you at the end.
Okay.
Meaning I don't actually know what all the stories are. So I got to make it up as I listen to them.
Oh, that sounds about right.
And then I'll tie it in. But then maybe if I actually feel like really, really editing, at the end, I'll sum it up. And then I'll put that at the beginning. And people will be like, damn, how does he do that? That's how I do it. No, actually, usually.
So it'll be a bunch of good stuff.
I mean, you got to pick because you're always talking about bad humans. But now you're saying it's a bunch of good stuff.
Right. I'm saying good because people are here to listen to good stories
Who's
that they
here?
want to. The classmates.
The classmates. So, speaking of the classmates, today we have a listener submission.
Woohoo!
So, as always, if you want to get our opinion on things, just hear us talk some ish about what's going on in your life, email us at asktheblackkids@gmail.com.
Ask us.
Do you remember a little while ago I said, I want you to send us your microaggressions and things you've experienced?
I do remember when you said that.
Well, someone took us up on that.
Huh.
Like to hear it?
Like to hear it go.
Here it go. This letter comes from our classmate, Jasmine.
Hey, Jazzy.
Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine says, hello. I am not black, but I am Latina with indigenous features and brown skin. So I hope I can still participate in sharing.
Absolutely.
Of course you can, Jasmine.
Absolutely.
My first job out of college was in the accounting department of this tech company. And this lady, Michelle, also in accounting, on multiple occasions would compliment my English. At first saying she was surprised I spoke English very well, and then randomly complimenting how I can articulate myself. I was young and honestly stunned every time she made these comments that I never really did anything about it. And for context, I was born and raised in the US, so I don't know what reason she had to assume I wouldn't be good with English, except for how I look.
Yep.
She did eventually get fired from the company for getting into an argument with another coworker in which Michelle gave the double middle finger in the middle of the office for all to see. Anyways, I enjoy the pod and look forward to more.
Oh, Jasmine. You know, I can relate to that. I mean, I had a coworker, I'd say at this point, that told me that something similar. They told me, oh, but you know, you don't have to worry about that because you're one of the smart ones. It was like something about like diversity and inclusion. Oh, but you don't have to worry about that because you're one of the smart ones. And I was like, what? One of the smart ones of what? Yeah. So
Jasmine.
Can totally relate, Jasmine.
We can relate so much. The number of stories that I have about this kind of thing would fill up probably a year's worth of episodes.
Yes. That one just came right away when she said, oh, because you can speak. Yeah.
Or you know what my favorite was? Especially when I started college and I met that new group of kids that I was hanging out with. So whenever I'd meet their parents, it'd be like, oh, you're so articulate.
Yes.
And then because we're in Miami, so to be fair, no one's from Miami. There's not a lot of people born in the U.S. here. But specifically for me, being Negro and all, they'd always like, well, where are your parents from? And see, I knew exactly what they were asking. So I'd be like, oh, you know, my dad's from the U.S. Huh. And your mother? And then I'd have to be like, oh. My mom's from Jamaica. Oh, that's why.
There has
All
be
right.
something.
Yeah, they actually teach their kids to read.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like always, you're so articulate. Oh, yo, you know who gave me a compliment one time?
Oh, who?
Your homeboy.
My homeboy?
Your homeboy who I can't really
Oh,
say.
well, don't say.
You know
My
who?
homeboy.
You know who?
No. Oh.
Yo, one time it was a group of us, and he was like, "Yeah, but you guys don't understand." He was talking about me and he said, "For guys like Robert and like just that they're even able to articulate their thoughts is like," and it was like,
What does that mean?
"What?"
Oh, see. Now you already know he in the doghouse with me anyhow for life.
He can't get out of that one.
So you just put icing on the cake there. You just kind of
Yo,
like
that's like
chained him in there.
that's like 22 years ago. No,
I don't even
snap,
understand
that's
how
probably
you
even
talk to
longer.
him after that.
Because
Because you're used to it.
No, because if you stop talking,
Yeah, you kind of like playing into it.
that
Give
and
it
that's
energy.
the problem.
You're right.
And you
You're
know
right.
what, Jasmine?
You're
if
right.
you did respond, if you did ask her, "Oh, why do you think my English wouldn't be good?" "Oh, why are you getting so upset?" "Oh."
Correct. Correct.
She would have been double middle fingering you
Oh.
because you would be wrong.
Well, the same coworker who still works with me in an indirect way, you know, I'm a little flippant in the mouth sometimes, and
Who, you?
yeah,
Tell me more.
And I said, "Oh, I guess you're not one of the smart ones."
That's offensive. That's offensive.
She didn't ask me. She didn't say that anymore to me.
That's offensive. Oh, wait, who's that? Is that
No.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know we don't like.
Oh, you know it. But yeah. No, I'm cool. I
So
don't
wait,
have a problem.
real quick, because you got people from your job that watch this. So when I say, because you know we don't like, they're gonna be like,
They're not gonna know who it is.
I know who it
Stir in
is.
the pot.
Hey, I don't work there for them, so. Okay, Jasmine, we do appreciate your letter, and honestly, you're like opening up so many doors because the number of stories.
Well, I mean, we've had other people, but she disclosed her name, so at least she was like, because others we talked about, they didn't want to be, they wanted to be anonymous. So
Shout out Jasmine.
yes, shout out Jasmine.
So we love the microaggression. Honestly, I feel like we could like talk about microaggressions every week
Yes, we could
because,
we could.
and you know what? It's not a microaggressions. You don't have to be black. It happens to everyone. It could be because of your age. Could be because of your gender. It can be because of anything.
There's one right now.
What?
So my hair is straight right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I normally have my curly hair like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's straight, it's like, oh, I love your hair like that. Oh, that's how you should wear your hair all the time. I get that every time I straighten my hair.
You look more professional.
Oh, exactly. I got into an argument. It was funny enough with a guy that I work with.
Who you arguing with?
With a guy
What's
at
his
work.
What's his
What's
name?
his name? And another fellow curly-haired woman had straightened her hair. And she's like, I just missed my curls. And I was like, ugh, you need to get them back. And then he goes, no, you look more professional like that. And I turned, I'm like, what does professional look like? And then he had nothing to say.
Nas has a line off of a recent album that says, "Stay out of black women's business unless you're investing in it." There is no scenario where I would have jumped in. Well, actually, woman, what you need to do with your hair. There's no scenario where I would have done that.
Yeah. So.
And you know what? I'm the guy that can do it.
Yeah.
Because I would never do it. It's cool when I do it. It's a problem when you do it.
Absolutely.
You dick. And I'm going to get your name later on, son.
I'm
We
not
coming
gonna
to
tell you.
word to everything we love. We coming to see
Well, so
y'all,
that's why you
son.
call it microaggressions. I don't think he did it out of malice. He was trying to give her a compliment. And
Yeah, but why is that a compliment?
exactly. I think that's the reason why. I don't think the people are always using like a microaggression to be
Yo, but I say that
malicious.
all the time. I don't really encounter a lot of racist people that like hate me.
Right.
I encounter the prejudice.
Right.
Oh my God, the inherent bias all
It's
the
the bias.
time.
Yes, bias.
I am African American. I live in Miami. If you don't speak Spanish in Miami, I don't really know how you're getting along.
Right.
Guess what? I speak Spanish. You know the number of times I speak Spanish to people, they're speaking to me, I'm speaking to them, they're speaking to me, and 5 minutes into the conversation, they're like, oh, but do you speak Spanish?
That happens all the time.
what?
I've witnessed it. It's hilarious.
We've been talking for 5 You're looking at me. I'm looking. This is in person. How are we having this conversation?
Or, I have my hair, and even when I went to the gym, I always wear my hair in a ponytail, but so like it's a straighter ponytail. And this woman tells me today, I knew you were Dominican.
Well, hold on. That is not a microaggression.
I knew you were Dominican.
That is not a microaggression.
I knew all along you were Dominican.
DJ Envy. All right. Just because you don't want to claim your Dominican heritage, everybody knows I got a Dominican wife.
No.
Oh no. I'm gonna tell you a story. I love this shit. All right. So there's a movie, Queen and Slim came out. Mm-hmm. And we don't really hang out with couples. We don't really do couples dates and double dates. But this time we have been hanging out with this guy, and we went out with his girlfriend. So he's Jamaican, dreads, and his girlfriend is an Afro-Latina. I don't know if any of you know this. There are often times where black women will say, oh, look at these black men chasing after these white women, these Spanish girls. All right. So after the movie, we went to a restaurant. We're chilling. It's me and my wife. Actually, we have recently been married, and it's him and his girlfriend. And we're talking about the movie where they had like Connect Four. We're ordering food, and there was this table of 3 or 4 black women right beside us, and they kept looking over, and they kept looking over, and they kept looking over. And so then I lean over to her and I whisper in her ear. You remember this?
I remember the whole setup. I don't remember what you whispered in my ear.
So I lean over to her and I whisper in her ear, you know what they're thinking, right? Look at these 2 black men with these Spanish bitches.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not my fault. Everyone thinks my wife is Dominican.
I'm
for
not.
once and for all.
I am not. What
What part of the Dominican Republic are you from?
I am not. We're actually going there for our first time ever sometime this year.
To visit
Never.
your ancestral home.
No.
So put me on to some Dominican culture things. Okay. See, that's not a microaggression.
No, that's not a microaggression.
That's not a microaggression. One time.
You're right. That's not.
Right after we got married, I'm showing people pictures from the wedding and all this stuff. And I was talking to these people that I love. They're Dominican. And they had never seen her. They just know about her. They'd never seen her. And I'm showing them the picture on my phone. Robert. Oh my goodness, Robert, you got a Dominican. And they were so happy that I had joined La Raza. No, that's not a microaggression.
I guess not.
Hey, bro, no one told you, look. You want me to keep going? You know how many stories I have about this?
No.
Remember the story with your mom?
Yes. Which one?
So this is decades ago. We're going to a movie. Me and her. Same person. We're going to a movie. We're holding hands. Because, I'm a young fly brother. You know what I'm saying? She all hugged up on me and whatnot.
I was hugged up on you. Okay. I probably was.
At the corner of my eye, I see this huge thing trying to be a ninja, but failing miserable. My mother-in-law is 6 feet tall. All right? So she not really, the crouching, it's not really happening. It's not really happening like that.
No.
And then she sneaks up on me. Oh, I thought you was with some Puerto Rican girl. This is her daughter, fam. It's her daughter. You've known each other for decades at this point.
Oh my God.
So if your own mama from a distance thinks you was a Puerto Rican, come on, fam.
It's like my grandmother.
Come on now. That's not a microaggression.
Okay, if you must.
I mean, you're mixed. You're Afro-Latina.
I'm not Afro-Latina. Oh, what about when I was accused of being Middle Eastern?
Oh, we could do a whole show. Okay. Where was that? Like a Dunkin' Donuts or something?
No, it was at the it was like a little bodega with like a buffet.
Was that in New York?
That was in New York. Yes.
That's funny. I remember it being down the street at a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know why.
No, and that's terrible.
We're at this. Was it a restaurant? Bodega?
No, it was like it was a bodega that was next to the hotel we were staying.
Wait, how you say it? Say it again. Bodega?
A bodega. It was a little bodega that was next door to the hotel. And we would go get dulce de leche ice cream.
Oh, what kind of ice cream?
Dulce de leche. We would go get it every night because they had the little Haagen-Dazs ones. And
tell a story.
No, I didn't tell the story. Basically the owner or the cashier.
Yo,
guy.
this dude, I don't know where he was from. I'm going to say the Middle East because I'm American. I'm too ignorant to actually know a specific country. Whatever country he's from, this dude starts arguing with her like, no, we're from the same country.
Yes.
And she's like, no, I don't, I'm actually not. No, you are. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But you are.
Yeah.
Like, bro was about to not serve us the food because she was in denial about her heritage.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's a microaggression.
Okay. Well.
You're just nondescript beige.
No. Just everybody wants to claim me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it.
Say bodega one more time.
Bodega. Sounds very gringo.
Say sancocho.
Sancocho. No me gusta.
¿Qué?
But I did, do the little bachata and dance show.
Oh, you stop. All right. I'm not gonna allow the fiction.
We're gonna
save the fiction.
I'm not gonna show you
for the stories that we read.
But,
we're not gonna. She can't dance. Yeah, you're not Dominican. You can't dance at all. You shame your African roots. You shame your Dominican roots. You can't dance.
But let me tell you something. As my instructor will always tell you, I have the biggest smile and I have the most fun. And that's what happens when you dance. So, are you done with homeroom?
Are you done with homeroom?
I'm done with homeroom.
Send us your microaggressions at asktheblackkids@gmail.com. Send us that bullshit that people say to you, thinking that it's slick and you're gonna let it slide, but one day you're gonna catch them outside. I mean, maybe not, but in your mind, one day you're gonna catch them outside. Send us those situations. Send us those dilemmas. asktheblackkids@gmail.com. We have a lot of stories today.
All right, let's get into it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So usually I source these stories a little bit in advance, so far in advance that I forget them. I'm just reading it and it's new for all of us. But today, Mrs. Sawyer has sourced at least half of these stories and I have not read them at all. Dun, dun, dun. In our first story, am I the asshole for not making my daughter apologize to the woman who spoke to her like a baby? I have a daughter, Katie, who is 6 years old. She's a very smart and straightforward little girl. People are often surprised over what comes out of her mouth. We do talk about filtering, but as she's 6, she's not always best at it. I admit I didn't use a lot of baby talk when she was younger and do speak to her as I would an adult. Katie has a babysitter, Lauren, who watches her some afternoons if I'm not off by the time Katie is done with school. One night, I had to work late. Lauren's mom, Julie, stopped by at one point to drop something off. Now, I wasn't there, but by Lauren's own admission, her mom can be a lot. The following is a recount from Lauren, and Katie has confirmed it when I discussed it with her privately. Julie began gushing about how cute Katie is and began baby talking her, using cutesy words, pronouncing things with W's, etc. Lauren was cooking dinner for herself and Katie. Julie turned to Katie and asked, "Are you ready for your nummies?" Katie got a weird look on her face and asked, "Why are you talking to me like that? Are you stupid or something?" Julie got offended and Lauren told Katie to apologize. Katie said no and told Lauren to stop talking like a baby. Julie left not long after. When Lauren relayed the story, I said maybe Katie shouldn't have been so candid, but Julie shouldn't have talked to her like an infant. Lauren said she wants Katie to apologize to her mom. I said Julie should apologize to Katie for treating her like a baby. I did talk to Katie about being more polite. She seemed to be receptive. When I told my mom about the whole situation, she was appalled. She said Julie was probably just trying to be nice and didn't realize how mature Katie is. She said Katie should absolutely apologize. Am I the asshole?
No. No. Would you like some nummies? What is that?
You know, this story hits a little different for me.
Oh, I love it.
This story is a little different for me, and let me tell you why.
Why?
When my first year as a therapist, I only worked with adults. And then I said, hey, let me see if I can work with kids. And then I started working with kids. And I'm telling you, I pretty much never stopped working with kids for a decade. And so I'm really good working with teenagers because they're almost humans. But with the younger kids, like the 6 and the 5s and the 4s, oh my goodness, bro. Like it's really not hard to do therapy with them. It's that you just have to be organized and prepared in advance. And I don't really do all that.
Okay.
But whenever I had these kids, I just talk to them.
Right.
I don't do all the,
Right.
So how do you feel about that? I really talk to them the same way. Like, word, that's crazy. And, they're like, oh God. And, I just talk to them. And then the number of times I'd be talking to them like regular people, and then you'd see like either one of their parents or like one of their teachers or another therapist if we were walking in a hallway or something. Hi, did you? And then the kids just be like, now the kids looking at me like, yo, this your man's like, yo, where you
found him?
Hey, yo, check. You don't know, man. I used to work like
yeah.
In a more rugged neighborhood. So them kids really urban. So them kids really not, but like you know what I mean? They're the type of size you up. So I don't know how to talk to kids like that. I don't do that.
Right.
With our nephew, I never was like, so do you want to?
No.
I'd be more like, hey, tighten up. I don't know. Like, what are we?
That's it.
What are you doing? No, you're not an asshole.
Yeah.
It was too many names. I got the names.
The only criticism I would have given the 6-year-old was that she said, "Are you stupid or something?" I wouldn't want the 6-year-old going around saying, ask people they're stupid. But other than that, like, why were you talking to her like that? You want some nummies? What is a nummie?
I'm not encouraging my 6-year-old to call people stupid. Again, this story hits a little different for me.
And then she's like, you apologize? No.
When I was a kid,
I love it.
I got in trouble for calling my sister stupid.
Well.
But I think time has shown.
Well. I wouldn't want 6-year-old.
I wouldn't teach my 6-year-old to call someone
that
stupid.
That would be my only feedback to the 6-year-old. Other than that, I don't think there was anything wrong.
My child would probably never hear me curse, but my child would definitely hear me say the word stupid. So if I'm saying stupid, I can't be like, where'd you learn to say stupid? Like, are you stupid? See, she didn't say you are stupid.
No,
she didn't say
asked.
Stop being. Are you? Maybe that she was trying to check. She doesn't know how to say, "Are you having a stroke?" So she said, "Are you stupid?" What the hell is it? What's a nummy?
What's a nummy?
I wouldn't say that to a 2-year-old.
I know.
They're mimicking us. Yeah. So if you talk like this, then they're learning to talk like, shut up.
Yeah.
You don't like that. They don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't even talk to dogs like that.
Yeah.
I said, hey, dog. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, just keep it moving.
Yes. Like, I remember you're making me think about, I have always used like the specifics with my nephew, especially like about his genitals, and told him like, that's his penis. No one's supposed to like see it or wash it except for him, right? And his parents. And I remember his teacher was like, oh, he had an accident and I went to help him change. And he told me I couldn't see his penis. And she thought it was strange that he said that. And I go, I think it's strange that you're talking to me about it. You're making me wonder why you're so interested in his penis. Like, what is he supposed to call it?
His privates.
Yeah.
And then when do you get out of them calling it that? Like, when do they make the jump? I don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying,
I'm not passing any judgment, but that's what it is.
Oh, you want to know a number of stories that I've heard? Like, I've heard this multiple times.
What?
These kids are like 11, 12, 13, and they find out that Santa Claus isn't real. Well, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, Santa Claus isn't real. And they find out Santa Claus isn't real, and they go into a deep depression.
Really?
So the first time I heard this, it was my friend's son, and he was 11 or 12. And
really?
he found out from the... You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, like...
And we're from before social media, before
To be fair,
before
well, it's my
video
friend's
game.
son. It's not. This wasn't before social media.
Oh, I don't know.
How many friends do you think I had sons that were born before social media? How old do you think I am?
But I'm saying you have friends that their sons are like not 11 yet.
Yeah, and this is a wild.
So that's what I'm saying.
No.
So I don't know.
Let me put it like this. This kid would be 20 now.
Oh, okay.
This kid would be 20 now.
But still.
Yeah. Oh shit. He would be 20 now.
But still, I'm just saying.
Oh
wow.
shit. No, he's 19. He's 19. But anyway, so this isn't. He wasn't young. At 11, and he went into like a real depression. Wow. So of course, when she told me this, I laughed. But then, the number of times I've done assessments on kids, and it's that story. They're 11, they're 13, and they're finding out, and it's like their brains can't handle.
Yeah, it's kind of like take away the hope. Maybe that's what it is.
See, my parents never gave me the hope.
My parents did for a little bit, but that
I asked my
last
mom,
long.
I was like, so why'd you tell me about Santa Claus? She's like, we never told you about Santa Claus. You just came home talking about it, and we didn't not tell you, but we never told you. Like,
I remember my dad saying, nah, I bought you that. Did Santa get me that bike? Nah, I bought you that.
My mom was adamant. She's like, I didn't tell you can't believe in Santa Claus, but I never taught you to believe in Santa Claus. So you got that from school.
Right.
I stop lying to kids, man. That's all it is. Stop lying to kids.
I think it's each his own, but know when you're gonna pivot.
For our next story, am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to my friend's boyfriend? This is so fucking stupid. I feel like I'm in high school again. I, 34-year-old female, have a friend named Summer, also 34-year-old female, who's a free spirit. In high school, she got sent home multiple times for going to class barefoot. She dropped out of college and hitchhiked to Mexico one summer, didn't tell anyone where she was going. She forgets to pay her phone bill, so she's occasionally unreachable. I know that sounds like a lot, and it'll sound like even more by the end of this, but we've been friends since we were 10. I don't care that she's a mess. I love her. We're in this for the long haul.
Oh.
Summer's boyfriend, Will, is the opposite of her, and I'd hoped he'd mellow out her wild side. You know how Summer forgets to pay her phone bill? Well, apparently she did it again. I found out when Will called me Friday morning while I was at work. He said he was having trouble locating Summer. I said, yep, that's Summer for you. If you get a hold of her, please tell her to call me. Best of luck. Then I hung up thinking nothing of it. Will rang me again and demanded to know where Summer is. I truthfully said, I have no idea, but I'll call her parents for him and see if they know. I went to do exactly that, but Will called me again before I could. I answered, and it was the same question, but angrier. Where the fuck is my girlfriend?
What?
I'll spare you the suspense. This went on for quite some time. Absolutely no clue why Will was convinced I know where Summer is. But I told him exactly where I last saw her, and that she disappears like this routinely, which he damn well knows. They've been together for a year. I used the plainest language possible, but Will just wouldn't relent. He called me about 50 times.
50?
I put it on silent at first, but by the 51st time, I'd had enough. I answered and I said, bro, stop blowing up my phone. I don't know where Summer is, and I'll block you if I have to. You're going to get me fired. Then I turned my phone off. Today, Summer called me. I was expecting some form of explanation, but she opened with, I'm handing the phone to Will. He wants an apology.
What?
I stopped her and said, apology for what? She said, for saying that he blew up your phone, to which I replied, he did blow up my phone, and I was at work too. Maybe I shouldn't have threatened to block, but he didn't get the point the first 50 times I said it calmly. Summer said, just apologize because he's really pissed, and here's where I'm probably the asshole. No, no, no to all fucking that.
That's right.
I'm not apologizing because her milquetoast boyfriend, who is basically the human equivalent of a dry ham sandwich, is on some ego trip. I said that, but nicer, and she hung up on me. Now I'm thinking I should have sucked it up rather than jeopardize 2 decades of friendships.
No.
Am I the asshole?
No. Time to move on.
And again, I'm going to ask,
to the next.
What is the conversation? What is the conversation we are having here?
On to the next. Because it wouldn't take it 51st time. After about the second, third time, I'd have been like, oh, no.
You couldn't have called me 3 times in a row.
No. No.
We spoke, and then you called again, and you called it back to back.
No.
You couldn't have called me 3 times in the day, much less 50 times back to back to back.
The number would have been blocked already. They make it easy now.
You know what? Why do people threaten to block?
Yeah.
You know, you don't got to like give advance notice.
You don't have to know. Yeah, I would announce it. I would announce it, that'd be it. No, he lost his damn mind.
I would have been like, man, I don't know where. What you mean about to get me fired? See, you know what? But you know what? I'm different. And I don't know anyone like me. I believe that the reason I pay a phone bill is for me to use my phone for outgoing things. I don't believe I pay a phone bill for you to reach me. I pay a phone bill for me to call, and I don't call. So let's just end it there. Well, there ain't no way he gonna call me that many times, and when I tell him stop, now he wants an apology.
And then she had the audacity to talk about, you need to apologize? That's not your friend.
But you know what it was, right?
My friend, no, that's not.
You know what it was, right?
What, he would beat her ass? What?
That don't sound like somebody that might have a little. Where the fuck is my girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what it sounded like.
Hey, partner, you need that's your house.
It sounds like she need to get out of there.
It sounds like he's overly aggressive.
Yep, that's what that sounds like.
And then, I'm not going to say no one should ever ask for an apology, but in that scenario, I got to go through a third party.
Nope.
Who, let's be honest, was the person I was looking for to tell you I want an apology.
Nope. And you can't tell him because come on, nah. What's his name?
Wilson.
Will's an asshole.
Man, what is it with people named Will?
Yeah.
Getting mad if you talking about they women.
Will and Will ain't got no balls either, because there's no way Will he all that demand respect, all that nonsense, a demand an apology, he would have talked to me. You know where to find me. What is that?
No, Will wouldn't have talked to me because he would have already been blocked.
Correct. And Will wouldn't have been calling me no 50
But you know
times.
what? I'm also different. I don't have any of my friends' girlfriends, wives, or my friends' husbands' phone numbers. If I don't have a relationship with them, I don't have their phone numbers. Do you?
No. I have some of your friends' numbers.
But you have a relationship.
Yes. Like I
Does it sound like Milquetoast Will?
No.
And the poster have a relationship?
What's Milquetoast?
Bland.
Oh, okay. Milquetoast.
You never heard of that thing?
No, I think there's real Milquetoast.
I mean, cool.
But I don't think I ever heard
What she's saying
she said dry ham sandwich, and I got a visual, and I know what a dry ham sandwich is. So
he's bland, and he better fall back for something happened to him, partner.
No, she wasn't all that, because now she asking, and she didn't want to lose her friend for decades.
I wouldn't want to lose my friend either. No, but
your friend gone.
You know, if you want to act up with your
Summer come through another season.
Bitch ass boyfriend.
She'll be back. Don't worry about it. Summer come back. She gonna come back.
Or she don't. Or she just disappears and she's a free spirit.
She's a free spirit. She remind me of a Summer. What's that? What's the
Cree Summer?
Yes, because Freddie was like that.
Yeah, you know, Cree Summer was acting.
I know.
There's no indication that Cree Summer is anything like that. I know,
but that's Freddie. Freddie, you saw my brain did that.
Did you see how I just know what she was talking about?
You see? You speak Mrs. Sawyer.
Unfortunately. Am I the asshole for hiding my wealth from my fiance and his family? You know, you're saying on that note, I have not read this one at all. This is one of hers.
I don't.
Why don't you read these?
Because you said you wanted to read it.
Here.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you got your font big enough. I can't see.
Them big old Coke bottle glasses, you can't read this shit.
Am I the asshole for hiding my wealth from my fiance and his family? My fiance, 28 male, is a doctor, and I, 28 female, work in finance. Both earn almost equal pay. Been together for a year and a half and got engaged a month ago and are planning to have a wedding in 7 months. His family is full of doctors, while my dad owns a business. Mom is a stay-at-home wife, and brother, along with his wife, are high school teachers. My parents still live in a small town house my grandfather bought since the two of them grew up there, fell in love, and had us. Plus, all of their friends live there, basically emotionally attachment. I never try to hide my wealth, just that I don't show off. For example, I prefer traveling by public transport because traffic and parking while he drives a Range Rover. I'm a Samsung. He makes fun of me for not owning an iPhone. I prefer not spending thousands of dollars on a dress I'm going to wear only once. I also enjoy eating fast food rather than going to a Michelin star restaurant. I admit I never really told them how much my dad earns, as I felt just it was unnecessary. Anyways, I think him and his family assume my family doesn't have much money or something. After getting engaged, we went to his parents' house for dinner where they asked me what I plan to do in the future. I replied that I'm planning to quit my job after the wedding and work for my dad. They kind of got confused, mad, weird, saying why would I quit such a high-paying job and that if I am planning to push all financial burden on their son. Well, they asked for a prenuptial agreement. I agreed. A couple of weeks ago, we started planning our wedding. In my culture, I'm Indian, he is white. We have big weddings. That's the only place we show our wealth. My parents were discussing about how they wanted to invite over 250 people from our side since I will be taking over the business and it's networking. How they want to have 2 weddings, an Indian and a white. Now, Indian weddings have a lot of functions spanning 3 to 4 days, all of which would preferably be hosted at 5-star hotels, or if we follow my dad, he wants to rent a castle. His parents demanded that if we want to have an expensive wedding, we will be the one paying, to which my dad agreed, saying he was going to pay for everything, even if they didn't ask. As the wedding plan proceeded, my fiance and his family realized we are spending way more than they can afford. I guess that's when it struck them that my dad's business isn't really as small as they expected it to be. They did a Google search and found his company online and his net turnover every year, which is on the website, and so on. Anyway, now his family is mad at me, saying, why did I hide the fact that I am rich? I am pretty sure they want to cancel the prenup, and I'm not going to do that now since it was their idea in the first place. Well, his mom is basically harassing me, saying I misled their family and that I'm an asshole for trying to hide my wealth for so long. So am I?
Yes.
You think she's an asshole?
I think she's an asshole.
You think she's an asshole?
I think if she goes through with marrying this bitch ass motherfucker and his trifling ass mama and his pocket watching daddy, she will be an asshole to herself. If you needed me to have a prenup and now we got the prenup, then you find out he got his own money, baby. And when I say his own money, I mean his own money. No, maintain that energy. Do not marry this man. Do not marry into this family. Now, she said the family is mad. I need to know if he's being this much of a jerk or not.
There's an
or
edit.
if it's really the parent. And
There's
if it's the
an edit.
parents, fuck them parents. But if he's like that, do not marry this man. What's the edit?
Okay, so the edit is, my fiance has had a basic idea of my family's wealth. He knows about my dad's business. The in-laws did not. He agreed to the prenup when his mom brought it up at first. We had talked about it and came to the conclusion it would be good for both of us. Yes, he agreed to it despite knowing my family is wealthier. He is not on his mother's side. They're not really that close. I guess that's the reason why he never told his family about my family's finances. He did talk to her and has been defending me. It's just the constant remarks from her makes me feel a little guilty, wondering if I did something wrong. I just wish to have a good relationship with my in-laws, but she is making it seem impossible. P.S. I know my dad's wealth isn't mine. That is the reason I don't spend so much. As I said, I am planning to quit my job and take over his business. Hence, my mother-in-law sees his assets are mine.
Fuck this lady.
Yeah.
So you know what? So listen to what I said. She didn't say if it was the fiance or the parents.
The fiance is still good.
You have my blessing to marry this man.
Yes.
Don't you dare.
Feel guilty. Don't feel guilty at all. No guilt.
And listen, she said that the fiance is not even close with his mom.
No, there's a reason why.
How are you going to have a good relationship with your in-laws when he doesn't have a good relationship with them?
And he knew about her being wealthy, and he was okay with having the
They're
relationship.
mad because something they could Google, they didn't Google.
Yes. Until after the prenup. And they agreed that it was good for both of them.
Let me hear you say, we want prenup. We want prenup. You said you wanted the prenup.
You got
Maintain that energy.
So you've protected your son.
They didn't say the mom's name. Her name's Linda. Fuck you, Linda. All right? Linda, you annoy the shit out of me. I hate people like
All right,
you.
Linda, you can keep your little 2 pennies there.
You assumed. You assumed. But hey, but this shit happens to me often. This happens. This is another microaggression.
Yes.
This is a major. This is a micro. But this is a type of aggression where, but I thought I was richer than you. I don't know why you thought that.
Yeah, you didn't know her money.
I don't know why you thought that.
She don't need no Range Rover.
Didn't we just talk about this?
She don't need no Range
Didn't
Rover.
we just talk about this? We were at dinner and I was trying to explain that some of. Never mind. I'm not. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna. Because.
Yeah, don't go there. But.
Because then it's gonna sound like I'm.
No.
All I'm saying is I look at the value of people.
Yes.
But every once in a while, those people look at the value of my pocket. I am mostly an Old Navy wearing guy.
You got on polo today.
Today, like for, I get fresh for you guys on camera. But in real life, I just wear Old Navy all day, every day. Like
and
my shirt's Old Navy.
It's Old Navy clearance.
My pants are Old Navy. My socks are Old Navy. My underwear is Old Navy. I wear a lot of Old Navy.
Yeah, it's Old Navy clearance, dude.
So we're coming for that sponsorship, Old Navy. Y'all gonna see me in that commercial. Y'all gonna see me in that commercial. We gonna get it. We're getting there.
Yeah.
But don't think just what I mean. That's how I dress. That's not a statement.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything about finance.
But we live in a place where people drive the wealth that they will never afford.
No,
These people. Hey, a lot of people down here can get a very expensive car for a month or two. It gets repossessed.
They do.
But or they park that car outside of the shittiest place you could ever imagine.
Or they're actually just valeting.
or they're on the way to the chop shop. I mean, we do live in a place where the chop shop is a regular thing.
They might have that car for an hour.
No, in an hour, that car will be going to 3 different countries on different boats. That car will be.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck you, Linda.
Yeah.
That's my response.
I told you that was a good one.
See? I want your opinion. asktheblackkids@gmail.com or YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, only black kids. Shouldn't she read more stories? Huh? Thank you guys. I thank you in advance. Am I the asshole for not telling my best friend her crush is gay? This is another one from Mrs. Sawyer. I have not read this one. I have no idea what this is about to say. Am I the asshole for not telling my best friend her crush is gay? My best friend, we'll call her Amanda, has a crush on our mutual friend we'll call Alex. Amanda and myself have been friends for about 7 years, while we've only known Alex for a few months. Amanda constantly flirts with and hangs around Alex, and it's quite obvious that she likes him. For this reason, Alex tends to prefer to hang out with me. The reason, unbeknownst to Amanda, because he's just another friend to me, which makes Amanda jealous that he hangs out with me all the time and not her, even though I have repeatedly told her I am in no way interested in him. He disclosed to me that he was gay, but told me he didn't want to tell Amanda because he could tell she likes him. Amanda proceeds to ask him out the following week after he told me this. They went on a date after which Alex finally told Amanda he was gay. Amanda tells me how bad and stupid she feels and how she felt like a test subject and turned him gay. I told her I'd known for a while and that she didn't turn him gay, but he didn't want her to know. She is now furious at me for making her feel like an idiot and letting her go on a date with him and won't talk to me. Am I the asshole for not telling her he was gay? Should I read the edit?
Sure.
I don't know what this thing says. Edit. Holy cow, this got way more answers than I thought. I would thank you all for your input. As for why Alex actually took her on the date is beyond me. I'm guessing either he wasn't sure or in denial of his gayness and used it as a test date, or he was too embarrassed to say no when she asked. They don't say the ages, and that makes a big deal because if Alex is 16 versus if Alex is 36, that makes a big deal. So what I would say really depends on their ages.
Really?
Yeah, listen, coming out is hard, and there's so much judgment for coming out. I could see him maybe not want, and do they live in a small town? Do they live in just an insulated environment where people do not treat you well when you come out? Do you remember the movie we saw, Love, Simon? Mm-hmm. I always loved the scene they had in that movie where Simon's like, how come people don't have to come out that they're straight? And they do this montage of people saying, Mom, I'm straight. And the parents are like, no. There is no coming out as straight because we live in a heteronormative society that assumes straight is the only way. And so anything that's not cis-het is suddenly a problem. So here, I could see a younger person not wanting to say. Nah. I cannot see an adult who had the courage to tell the poster, like, why are you even going on a date? Like, that's crazy.
I don't understand the date part at all, and as you always tell me, I don't need to understand. But it wasn't her truth to tell.
It was not her truth to tell. Why would she be outing him if he doesn't? It's his sexuality. What am I supposed to think? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So I don't think she's an asshole for not telling her.
Yeah, it's just her ego, her bruised ego, because she was rejected.
Yeah,
she turned him gay.
And then maybe Alex wanted to be friends with the poster and didn't want to make it feel weird or something. I don't know. You only can make assumptions at that point, but it wasn't her truth to say.
Now we're gonna change directions totally.
Okay.
Some little sibling drama.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my daughter as much as my son and refusing to supplement her check so that they're equal?
Huh? Okay. I need some more context.
My two oldest kids are in college and working part-time to earn spending money. They live at home and we pay for their tuition, cars, insurance, basically everything except their spending money.
Okay.
I have my own small construction company and run a crew of about 15 men, including my son. Lately, we've been doing mostly roofing jobs. My son's job is to help take off the old shingles, pick up any shingles that miss the dumpster, and help prep the roof. Once the installation starts, he delivers a steady stream of shingles, nails, and other materials to the nailers. It's a dangerous and hard job, so yes, I pay him about $25 an hour.
Nice.
My daughter works as a cashier, but most of the time she's standing at the self-checkout lanes and rarely behind the register. She's paid about $15 an hour. Last weekend, my son bought his girlfriend a new iPhone for Valentine's and was talking about the restaurant he's going to take her to.
Aww.
Since it's an expensive phone and restaurant, my daughter asked where he's getting the money. That led to how much I'm paying him, and she got mad. He's been working with me for about 4 months, but she's never shown any interest in what we do or asked anything about his job or pay, so it came as a surprise to her. The short version of a week-long argument in our house is that she thinks it's unfair he's making so much more than she is. I offered her the same hourly wage if she wants to join her brother on the roof, but she went once and didn't finish one day. Instead, she wants us to make up the difference between their paychecks.
No.
My wife thinks I should come up with an easier job, like just let her pick up the shingles that miss the dumpster. I said that's an easy job and I'm not paying her $25 an hour for a minimum wage job.
Correct.
I told her that she can make as much as her brother, but she doesn't want to carry heavy and dirty shingles.
Okay.
Now, both women are giving me the silent treatment. Last night, when my wife went so far as to eat dinner with our daughter before my son and I got home at 6, and later went to bed without saying a word to me all night.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
There's an update. Hi, and I thank you for reading my post and giving me your opinions. I'll answer some common questions. My wife doesn't work. She stays at home and takes care of our younger kids.
Oh, boy.
I didn't make it clear, but our daughter works for a grocery store, not for me. I have a very small company. With 15 men, I have 2 crews on large jobs or 3 on smaller jobs. There's no bookkeeping or other positions she can do because I do those on the weekend. That's only the construction positions. None of our kids have any interest in taking over my company, and it'll close when I retire. Our son just got accepted into dental school, and our daughter is almost done with her education degree. Our younger kids have their own dreams.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So what was his question? Is he the asshole?
Is he the asshole for not...
No.
Let's read it. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my daughter as much as my son and refusing to supplement her check so that they're equal?
No, not at all.
This is a clear not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You know what? If it is a learning lesson, she's got you gotta pull your own weight. You gotta know, you gotta do the thing.
Entitlement.
And she better get used to it because she's gonna be a teacher. He's gonna be a dentist.
Entitlement.
It will continue the rest of her life.
Running wild.
The rest of her life.
It's nuts.
No.
See, now if the story was I employ both of my kids to do the same thing and I pay my son $10 more than my daughter,
then okay.
You'd be the asshole.
I agree.
Because that's just gender.
Yeah.
They do completely different.
Completely. Her son risks his life.
But
every time
she
he gets on
doesn't
the damn roof.
even work for him.
Correct.
Why would I supplement
Go find you another job.
To make...
Get out of here.
How?
Get out of here. And
his wife is full of shit.
And the wife, I'd be like, okay, well then you pay her because that's less money for the business that's paying for you to be at home. So you pay her the difference. Let her out. You're spending money to her.
I agree with you. I just want to note that yet again, you are hating at stay-at-home moms.
I'm not hating at stay-at-home moms.
You hate women.
That's not hating at stay-at-home moms.
Week after week.
But that's the same business as affording her to stay at home.
Why you gonna
take money out the business? She ain't doing nothing.
Week after week, this pick-me finds a way to hate women.
No.
Quite frankly, it disgusts me.
I say
But in this situation, I agree with you.
Tell her to pay for the difference.
Do the same job.
Yep.
Don't do the same job.
And wife, you feel like you had that much emotion around it, you pay her the difference.
For the daughter. Do the same job.
You do it.
Or do what I love and I often recommend people do. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You got to get up. Man, you said he was taking off and picking up the shingles. That's hard work. That's hard labor.
Why would I supplement your check from a place? Why don't you go to your job and say, hey, my brother makes more. Why don't you give me more?
Give me some more money.
Oh, you couldn't do that because they look at you like, what is wrong with you?
And then he tried to give her the opportunity to do the same thing. She didn't even last a day. That's just showing you that you're not up for it.
You're not built for this, fam.
You're not up for the $25 doing the manual labor. Maybe she should go find a job where it's $25 not doing manual labor.
You know, I said it's entitlement, but you know what else we could call it?
What?
Toxic.
It is toxic.
And
it's that bullshit.
It's time for Toxic Confessions. On this week's Toxic Confessions, a ridiculous story. Let me tell you how ridiculous this story is. I read the first line, I was like, oh. I read the second line, I was like, okay, Toxic Confessions.
Okay.
I actually didn't finish it. So if I don't make it through reading this, I don't know what this one says. I'm dealing with a bipolar man and it makes me sick. First, he dated me for 2 months and he opened his home to me and my 3 kids. We moved out of my mom's house and into his townhouse. I registered my kids in his school district. He gave me a spare room to braid hair and earn money. Oh. We had a fun and loving vibe. I know he loves me and adores my kids, but I made one mistake and he threw us all out. Oh, I just read the mistake. What's the
mistake? Give me the mistake. Give me the mistake.
Shit can't be real.
What's the mistake?
This can't be real.
What's the mistake? What is the mistake? Come on now. You laughing. I want to know what it is.
Oh, God. You know what? From now on, I'm not going to. I love
What's
this.
the mistake?
Oh, my God. But I made one mistake and he threw us all out. My side dude stopped by to get his braids done and to borrow some money. I also gave him a quick BJ. I did not know there was a camera in my braiding room or I wouldn't have slipped up like that. I apologize, but Mr. Bipolar switched up on me and threw me and the kids and all our things in the front yard. I took what I could fit into the Uber. I can't believe how he snapped and turned on us like that. What relationship red flags did I miss?
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
scared to be vulnerable with a man again. Advice?
You got what was coming. He kept that energy though. You know what? Hey, salute to the bipolar man because he kept his energy.
He's not bipolar.
I know, but that's how she referenced him.
He's not bipolar.
He kept the same energy. He kept his energy.
Oh God, so many questions.
Oh, I love it.
Sir, why do you have people in your house if you have to keep a camera on them?
Well, because he gave her room to be braiding hair. That's some strangers coming up in there.
Oh, good point.
Yes.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm thinking, why are you recording your house? You know what?
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, I do.
He might be doing it for her security.
Yes.
He's not. Oh man, because I'm thinking
telling you,
he's
had the
just
same
watching
energy.
her.
He felt something with her. He's like, okay, bet we're gonna be together. I'm gonna have your kids come in, and you know what? You need to make your own money. You're gonna feel good about that. Let me get you a spot for that. He set it up for her, and then she went and did him like that. She did him dirty. I'm glad he kept his energy. He threw that shit out.
I made one mistake.
Out.
One mistake.
He said, well, she could fit in the Uber. Bye. I bet you she wouldn't worry about no squatting rights. He was not the one to mess with. I love it. That was a good one.
On an aside,
Yeah.
you hear people say, oh, I'm a single mom. I can't meet a man. Who's going to want me if I have kids? She has 3 kids.
3 kids.
He moved them in, and according to her, he loves her and the kids. He's taking care of the kids.
All of that.
He's an active role. He's paying
All
for this, that, and the third.
All that.
And
But
she decided to have.
She couldn't let side guy,
Are you
and
so
you know what?
used?
It's like okay, side guy. I'm not condoning that or not, but you had to bring side guy to the house and get the braids.
No.
And you had to give him a blowjob. And what?
No.
That's just blatant.
Say the whole
disrespect.
thing. My side guy, my side dude.
Yeah.
I did his hair in
And gave
my
him some
man's
money.
house.
And gave him some money.
Gave him some money. And
gave him a blowjob.
gave him some head.
That's terrible.
In your man's house
Yep.
that you have recently moved in.
With your 3 kids. That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's giving self-sabotage. I
Yeah.
mean, are you so used to losing
Yep.
that you can't tell
Yes.
when you're winning?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
She's afraid to be vulnerable. This man is like broken.
Oh no. And see now when he doesn't let people in,
When he treats the next one like shit, we gonna be like, why?
there you go.
Who hurt you? Why you hate
Yes.
women?
Yep.
He doesn't hate women.
No.
He hates this crazy bitch.
Crazy. Ooh, that was terrible.
That shit's not real.
I believe that's real.
That's just not.
I believe that's
I
real.
made one. That can't be real.
I believe that's real. I believe that's real.
Oh,
That's
my
really how people
God.
think. Silly. But that man.
Oh my God.
Good for him. I mean, I'm sad for him because he's probably very hurt. But good for him. He kept that energy. He was like,
Send
oh,
us
no.
your toxic
You gots to
confessions
go.
at asktheblackkids@gmail. Why do I keep it comes up I know it's gonna be at the bottom of the screen. I don't have to do. Send us your toxic confessions at asktheblackkids@gmail.com. If you want it to be anonymous, just say, hey, don't use my name.
Yep.
We don't snitch on Ask the Black Kids. That was toxic.
That was toxic.
Damn, bro. That kind of we have another story, but I'm just like, what the fuck? Should we read our last story?
Nope. It's not, that's a good way to end it.
Really? Because the last
Just
one is your
so.
story.
You got to go. You know you got to go. Oh, so hit the flow because you know.
No, you know what that is? I mean, it's not the same,
Ow.
but like she worked there, right?
Ow.
She worked there.
Joe.
What is going on?
Got the song in my head now.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You gonna lose your job. You gonna lose your job. You gonna lose your job. What did she say? I forgot the line. I don't remember.
No, she said, you about to lose your job.
Yeah. Yo, that's nuts, bro. Oh my God.
You about to lose your house.
Well, you can move back in with your mom.
Well, maybe.
Watch, she gonna get back to mom and be like,
Oh, she better call Tyrone. That's side guy's
That's
name.
a side dude, man. Her mom gonna be like, I done moved Melvin in here. We walk around naked.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, yo, that kind of took me out, fam.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're not gonna read this last story.
We're good.
That shit. What the fuck is wrong with people, bro? Like what? That's not real.
That's real. No. I believe that one more than
that's not
like
real.
most.
You know what? We're gonna put it to the people.
That one.
Was that story real?
I believe that's real.
Well, was that story real, or was that just a very good fiction writer?
Nope. That's real.
Gosh. All right. What's the takeaway from today's?
I don't know.
You're Dominican.
I'm not Dominican.
You're ashamed of being Dominican.
I'm not ashamed of being something I'm not.
And now we know my theme. The same way this guy didn't want to admit that he was gay, Mrs. Sawyer doesn't want to admit ella es dominicana.
No, I'm not. You've met my mom and my dad. I'm not Dominican. No.
Your dad's name is Juan.
No, it's not.
What's your dad's name?
You'll never know. I'm talking about they'll never know. Okay. It's not Juan. It's not Juan at all.
Her dad's name is Juan.
It's a very generic name. It is not Juan. I got pound puppies in my head right now.
You say hound puppies?
I said pound.
Pound puppies.
Mm-hmm.
You know they used to have a toy called Pound Puppies.
Oh,
Pound puppies.
That's true.
All right. All right. Let's just end this up. Please send us your dilemmas. Send us your toxic confessions, not too toxic. And send us your microaggressions. asktheblackkids@gmail.com. I'm Robert Sawyer.
And I'm Mrs. Sawyer.
We hope you, our classmates, enjoyed this very diverse and interesting episode of Only Black Kids in the Class.
Good stuff.
Bad humans.